Okay, you have your NFL Week 10 prediction. So filming this after the afternoon game, so I don't know all the Sunday night or Monday night results yet. But you have your first game versus you have the Broncos versus the Titans. Broncos are coming off a bye week after they beat the Jaguars, and the Titans are playing against Sunday night. Uh, this I think is definitely going to be a close game for the Titans and the Broncos. Broncos defense has been playing great this year, and the Titans have offense has been very one-dimensional, relying on Derrick Henry a lot. Titans defense hasn't been great, hasn't been terrible, but has been playing a lot better as of late. And Titans do have home field advantage, and I'm not sure how well Broncos will do against defense, so I gotta take the Titans. Then you have the Chiefs versus the Jaguars. Jaguars come up a comeback win over the Raiders, they held the Raiders to no points in the second half. They managed to come back. Where the Chiefs currently play against the Titans, and that was definitely a good win by the Jaguars. But I think Kansas City Chiefs will be way too explosive for the Jaguars to handle. So I'm going to take Chiefs. You have the Dolphins versus the Browns. Browns coming off a bye week, and before that, a Monday night blowout against the Bengals, while the Dolphins come off a win against Chicago. Definitely a close win. Dolphins defense did not play well. However, their offense played great, and Cleveland Browns, their offense is based off their run game, and Dolphins do well against their run game. So they need Jacoby Brissett to beat the Dolphins, and I don't trust them. And the Browns defense this year has not been great, and I think the Dolphins offense played too much, so I'm going to take the Dolphins. Then you have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts a terrible game against the Patriots. Their offense could not get started. I think Ellinger had like two pick sixes. The Colts defense did well. They didn't allow that many points to Patriots. Its score is only skewed because of those two pick sixes, but their offense was horrible. While the Raiders had a great first half versus Jaguars, I think they had a 20-0 lead at one point, and then they choked in the second half. And that's the second time they did this. And the Raiders, they definitely had potential to score a lot, especially like in that first half, but their defense has been bad this season. And the Colts, if Sam Ellinger is still starting, I gotta take the Raiders. Sam Ellinger looked bad versus the Patriots. If Matt Ryan is playing, then I'll take and Jonathan Taylor's playing, I'm gonna take the Colts. But as of right now, I still gotta take the Raiders because of their home field advantage. Then you have the Giants versus the Texans. Giants come off a bye, and before that, losing against the Seahawks, while the Texans lost against the Eagles on Monday night. I think this one will definitely be close because of the Giants. Their games are always close, but the Texans right now don't have much talent, and um, the Giants are coming off a bye, and they usually do, and they always just find a way to win. So I'm gonna take the Giants. Then you have the Steelers coming off a bye, and then the Saints who play on Monday night, and both these teams definitely aren't great right now. Steelers traded away Claypool, and their defense has been bad without T.J. Watt. However, they have been playing better. The offense isn't great either, while the Saints, the defense has been playing great. And I have to take Saints because of better defense. And you have Vikings versus the Bills. Vikings come off a very close win against the um, Commanders, and the Bills come off a loss against the Jets. The Josh Allen and the Bills offense did not do well against the Jets. Their defense did well until the very end, while they allow Jets to score like 13 straight points. And Josh Allen had a bad game, had two bad picks too. While the Vikings, they just keep on getting their games close. They didn't look good, and they pulled off on these couple of close games. And the Josh Allen, I think, got injured. And the Bills do have home field advantage, but this one's going to be a very tight game. And so far, the Vikings this year have been doing great in tight games, so I got to take the Vikings. Then you have San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Chargers. Chargers coming off a close win versus the Falcons, very close, while the 49ers come off a bye. And before that, um, so your 49ers, they got Christian McCaffrey. Their offense has been looking great so far, especially with McCaffrey. And their defense has been playing better, like against the Rams, but not great. While the Chargers coming off a win against Atlanta, not a pretty win. Their offense did just enough, and their defense wasn't great. I take the 49ers here. And you have the Panthers versus the Falcons. Falcons coming off a lot. Both teams coming off a loss. And this one is a Thursday nighter, and the last time they played was a very even match. So I see that again this week, and I got to take the Panthers this time because of home field advantage, and I think they want to get revenge. Then you have the Bears versus the Lions. Bears coming off a win versus the Packers. Bears coming off a loss versus the Dolphins. The Bears offense last couple of weeks have looked a lot better, while the Lions against Aaron Rodgers, their defense did a lot better. Their offense not so much. But I think this is going to be a total shootout. With the Bears losing Roquan Smith and Quinn, their defense was not great versus the Dolphins. It was pretty bad against the Dolphins. This will be a close game. I think it'll be a shootout, and I trust the Lions offense more than the Bears right now, so I got the Lions. Then you have the Buccaneers versus the Seahawks. I think this is the Germany game, so it's gonna be different. If you got travel over to Europe, and the Buccaneers come off a win against the Rams. Very ugly win, by the way. Their offense did just enough on the last drive, and their defense played well. While the Seahawks come off a win against the Cardinals, a good win. Um, a very Seahawks-like win. Gino doing good, run game doing good. Their defense allowing a few scores, and clutching up near the end. And the better team right now this year has to be the Seahawks. I gotta take that down. And you have the Rams versus the Cardinals. Cardinals come off a loss against the Seahawks, and the Rams coming off a loss against the Bucks. Both these teams need this win really badly, and they both be kind of disappointing this year. And I gotta take the Rams since they usually do well against the Cardinals. Then you have the Packers versus the Cowboys. Packers coming off a loss against the Lions, where Aaron Rodgers is terrible. Their defense did well, but their offense was terrible. Cowboys coming off a bye this year. The last couple of games, their offense has been looking better, and their defense has been elite. And Rodgers and that Packers offense is terrible. I gotta take the Cowboys here. Then you have your Monday night, the Eagles versus the Commanders. Commanders coming off a loss um, versus the Vikings, while the Eagles coming off a win against the Texans. This one I think is definitely going to be a close game. I think Commanders are going to put up a fight, but the Eagles right now are way too talented, so I'm going to take the Eagles. So they have an NFL Week 10 predictions.